This session will mark the beginning of what must be regarded as a new jurisprudential era, by which the old doctrine of wrongful dismissal has given way to that of unfair dismissal, pursuant to the introduction of the Employment Rights Act. This will be the first occasion on which the Employment Rights Tribunal will be called upon to exercise the jurisdiction pursuant to the said Employment Rights Act. And very shortly, we should be hearing the first case, Joel Leacock and PMM Services Limited, also known as KPMG. The sittings of the tribunal will be open to the public, but all persons will be asked to exercise the same level of decorum associated with the courts of Barbados. We welcome you and thank you for the interest shown. The tribunal is looking forward to making its mark in the development of our country, more particularly the development of good labor relations. I can assure you that the quality of persons on this tribunal, which I have the distinct honor to chair, makes it equal to the task, and we look forward with enthusiasm to the journey ahead. Now, as I said earlier, the sessions would be open to the public, and at this session, at least at this part of the sitting, we will accommodate the camera. I'm sure it is a historic occasion and it must be suitably recognized as such. But as in the courts, we will not permit filming while the session is going. Although, again, like the courts, we will permit note-taking for reports of the press, etc., etc., etc. We can't hold ourselves to any higher standard in the courts. Of course, there may be occasion, as in the courts, when we may think it prudent to take evidence in camera. But of course, you will be informed accordingly. Now, the procedure this evening will be very similar to what takes place in these kinds of hearings in the court. And we have counsel already in place. The claimant obviously is in place. We would ask counsel for the respondent to give us an idea of the witnesses that are being called. Of course, that's up to your discretion. But we would set the procedure, and this procedure will follow in all other hearings, where at the discretion of counsel for the claimant may make an opening speech. Again, at the discretion of counsel for the respondent may reply, and then counsel for the complainant will, again at discretion, call witnesses in the order which counsel deems prudent, and those witnesses would be subject to cross-examination by counsel for the respondent. That procedure will be followed throughout the hearing, and if necessary again, at the end of it all, counsel on both sides may choose to make a closing speech. So, we're ready to have our first hearing. We are ready to hear our first hearing of the Employment Rights Tribunal, and of course, this being the occasion of the first hearing, we shall look forward eagerly and with great interest to perform the task which has been set for us. Now, I should like to advise counsel that if there are any witnesses here present among us, in accordance with the general practice, if you would have your witnesses remain outside the room to be called at your discretion. So thank you very much. We are ready to start.